Great welcome makes a merry feast. With these words, I would like to welcome our respected Dr. R. Manikam Sir, Secretary and CEO of Ratnam College of Arts and Science, Dr. R. Muralidharan Sir, Principal, Ratnam College of Arts and Science, Dr. S.N. Suresh Sir, Dean, IQSC, Dr. Srinivasan Sir, Head, Department of Microbiology, Dean of respective departments, Head of the departments, faculty members, and every single person gathered here. It gives me immense pleasure to extend you a very warm welcome on behalf of the Ratnam College of Arts and Science, IQSC, and Ratnam Faculty Development Cell in association with various departments, jointly organizing 6 days faculty development program commemorating 1 year of transformation reforms under NEP 2020. Now, I take the privilege to welcome Mr. Srinivasan Sir, Assistant Professor in Management, to address the gathering on the topic Multidisciplinary and Holistic Education. Welcome you, sir. You can take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, are you audible, sir?
Thank you for the opportunity. It has been immense pleasure giving to me to have discussing over our new education policy. And I know that we people have been listening to this education policy reforms for somewhere near 2 to 3 days, and I hope we people have already been exposed to how this particular uh, new education policy is going to enforce and going to make changes in our new system of education, not only for higher education, it is also from schoolings. So I thank the organizers for providing me the opportunity, and also my HOD for making me to be available for this particular program, and also the management. Thank you one and all. Happy to meet you all for this particular program. So with this small note, I would like to start my session. Give me 2 minutes, I will share the my slide. Give me a minute, please. I hope my slide is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this new education policy, which has been discussing, we have been discussing from 2020 July. It was started in July 2019 to organize this particular new education policy. We already have policy over this education. It was 34 years back, and it was reformed in between also. The need of this new education policy was evolved over a period of time by seeing all other countries' growth and changes happen over a period of time in this particular period. So, with that note, our people, our uh, regulators are given importance to make this particular new education policy, which has to be which is to be multidisciplinary and also an holistic to all the people belongs to this particular who are getting into this. The primary aim of this, I'm going to focus mostly on higher education, but the target of our new education policy is to make gross enrollment ratio by 50 percentage. By we have to attain this particular GER by 50 percentage by the year 2035. That is the primary motive of our this particular um, newer education policy in this NEP 2020. So what are the key proposal which this new education policy, that is NEP 2020, gives? So we'll quickly review this new education policy proposals. So with the key points, first the NEP proposed to change the school academic structure from 10 plus 2 years of a schooling format to 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 years format. So then further, the undergraduate UG's degree structure will be available for 3 plus 4 years duration, and multiple entry and exit option is now given to them. That is, they can even quit from first years or even second years. Every year they will be getting one particular certificate. So we'll further discuss about that. Then the higher education institution now have an option of offering 1 year master degree program under new education policy. And this particular policy has proposed to scrap this uh, MPhil program, and there will be no hard separate between arts and science, uh, between the curriculum and the extracurricular activities, and between occasional and academic streams. So further to eliminate the harmful hierarchies among and solace between different area of learning. So how this proposal is going to be, we'll discuss further. And that previous structure was 5 plus, sorry, 10 plus 2, that is our existing structure is going to be restructured to uh, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. That is 5 years means that is first 3 years is preschool, the next 3 years is 2 years will be class 1 and class 2. The next is uh, 3 years will be class 3 to class 5, and next 3 years will be to class 6 to class 8, and the next 4 years will be of that higher education. So that is first KG, that is first 3 years, that is preschool, will be called as KG, that is UKG, LKG, what we're going to have. Including that, they will also have the next 2 years, that is called foundation education. The next 3 years, it is called as a preparatory or even a primary school. The next 3 years is called as mid school, middle school, and next 4 years is going to be the secondary schoolings. So, so in this, and when it comes to UG degree, there the option of existing in first year to is there. If they getting out from first years, they'll be getting a diploma. It is applied for both 3 years program and also 4 year program. So in when they complete exit in second year, they'll be getting a certificate as diploma. After completion of second year, if they quit, they will be getting an advanced diploma certificate. So when they completing all the 3 years, they will be getting a proper degree certificate. So it gives the opportunity for the students to even quit from the first year all the way, first year onwards. So even after completion of first years, they can even quit. So they can even join in other colleges. That is an opportunity is also available, where there is a credit bank is going to be created, where all those credit are collected as in an academic, as a credit academic bank, and academic bank of credit, and those credits will be calculated and properly calculated for giving us uh, proper degree. So basic theme of this new education policy is to have a governance reform for quality. So we have a list of themes on which this particular NEP was developed. First is to have a governance and reform, governance reform for especially for quality, and also a ranking of institutions and accreditations, and improve the quality of regulation. So it is not only quality for delivery, even quality of regulation is going to be improved. With that particular theme, this was written, and the pace setting role of central institutions. So we are going to towards going way toward the central institutions, and to improve the state public university even, and also it is giving equal importance to the state and public universities, and it is going to give an integrating skill development in higher education. It is not going to give only theory based, it is also going to give skill development in higher education too. And it gives a lot of opportunity for online programs and courses. The meantime, the students can sorry, enroll themselves to have more online programs, online courses, and gives a lot of opportunity for technology enabled learning. So instead of face to face learning, so this particular mode is also giving equal importance to lot of technology enabled learning, and it addresses regional disparity. One particular state might have a different set of system in education where other states follows a different, so it try to reduce those regional disparity, and it brings the gender and social gaps, so want to reduce that particular gender and social gaps. So, and link to the higher education to the societal needs. So it is not just for an education, the education has to deliver the societal needs. So it is going to link that higher education to the society needs, and to develop best teachers. So anything which cannot be developed without the foundation prepared strong. So to prepare those foundations strong, the faculty has to be equipped. So it is, this policy was focused to also develop the best teachers, and to create a sustaining student support system. It is like not one time contact, so it is going to create a sustained student support system for, so that those students from the starting to the end, they will be carry forward with the guidance of one particular faculty till they complete, and promote the cultural integration through languages. This NEP is giving a lot of importance even to promote the cultural integrations, and there is a meaningful partnership which is going to be engaged between the private sectors, and also gives financing for their higher education, as a lot of people may not be able to do that, and those financing options are giving more importance. And it is like internationalization of higher education is there, or higher education should be at par with international standards. So those things are being focused, and promoting a lot of research and innovation is there. Without innovations and research going ahead with our aim is impossible, and to impart new knowledge. So with these themes, this our new education policy was developed. So when it comes to how it is going to how we can say this is an holistic and multidisciplinary education. So this was structured with the aim to provide 21st century skills to the learners. So NAP states that education will be aimed to develop all capacities of human being. So intellectual, aesthetic, social, physical, emotional, and moral in an integrated manner. So that is the statement which is stated by NEP. So this NEP 2020 emphasized the importance of multidisciplinary education. It's not only of one particular program. It is all the in all the disciplinary for professional programs, and for developing competency of critical thinking, adaptability, and self-managed among the learners. So the policy seeks fundamental transformation in higher education by improving innovative and ambitious planning while recognizing the complexity and challenges of higher educations. So, without this innovative and ambitious plan, the challenges of higher education cannot be addressed. So, it is expected to both formal and open and distance education mode of higher education would work towards translating these recommendations of NEP 2020 in actionable area. So this particular thing was there in that, and open and distance learning system and multidisciplinary educations and open and distance learning ODL arose to fulfill the needs created due to the gaps and rigidities of formal face-to-face system. So globally, the development in ODL reveals that over a time, the transforming of formal university of South Africa into a distance education university in 1946 and the establishment of UK Open University in 1946 and Fern University, Hungarian German set up in 1974 all arose to create more accessible and equitable higher education system. So the rationale of these institutions was also to provide greater opportunity for lifelong learning along with the opportunity for higher education that was concurrent with the work. So in case of India, the need of for providing equal opportunity to various sections of society and democratization of higher education leads to set up in ODL system with Dr. Ambedkar University in 1982 and then established an Indira Gandhi National Open University in 85. So this ODL institution of higher education learning have planned a major role in providing education to provide various sections of the society through diverse nature of program. So based on the philosophy of flexibility and inclusion, along with the well-established course design structure, this ODL institution have made a mark for themselves in higher educations. So when it comes to NEP, UNESCO, they take this multidisciplinary explanation from UNESCO, so which explains multidisciplinary approach as an approach to curriculum integration, which focuses primarily on the different disciplines and diverse perspective they bring to illustrate a topic, theme, or an issue. A multidisciplinary curriculum is one in which the same topic is studied from the viewpoint of more than one discipline. So that is the explanation which was given by UNESCO for multidisciplinary that is going to be adopted in NEP. So this multidisciplinary approach is recognized one that leads to holistic development as it brings about not only development of knowledge but is also skill and life-changing values. So the ability of critical thinking, analysis and logical thinking and problem solving are given high importance and well-rounded individual, those people who possess the 2021 century capacity is going to be the aim of this NEP. So how this enhancing multidisciplinary education approach through open learning, distance education learning. So this the idea of NEP 2020 in institutional researcher and consolidation and imparting holistic multidisciplinary education are in resonance with characteristic features and strategies adopted by the open and distance learning universities. So there is a huge hope for ODL institution to take forward NEP 2020 on a large scale to achieve appropriate outcomes. Some of these areas through which ODL institution can achieve is by their goals including remodeling curriculum planning and designing explaining the scope of the program, awarding multidisciplinary qualification, undertaking research for development and delivery management, as well as by strengthening the existing operational issues along with the greater use of new technology which comes. So, when it comes to curriculum planning and designing, in the presence of recommendation of NEP 2020, the traditional subject center approach is scrapped. Rather, it is more load of academic flexibility and interdisciplinary option is given in this particular view. So, unique mix of cross-cutting concern from different disciplines, and that will lead to the development of innovative and dynamic curriculum is going to be presented. So further course team approach, there is something called course team approach which this particular NEP is giving, that the process of uh, curriculum designing and development has to be revisited. So it initiated the institution to follow the course team approach for development of their course material. So, however, over time, this approach is in many institutions have given way to single author practice. The benefit of course team approach, comprising the expert from different discipline, along with the debate, discussion, reflection in an effective manner for incorporating different perspective to for preparation of their course material. So this will give adoption such a this opportunity, this particular approach will promote the principle of unity, integrity of knowledge across the discipline. So expanding the scope of the program. So as we all know, this COVID pandemic has realized the need for new knowledge and skill values, and education system has to equip themselves to meet all these new expectations. So the very basic scope of the program may be explained through the designing of new programs on contemporary areas and issues, while those are obsolete may be discontinued. So the ODL regulation 2017 also calls for a periodic program monitoring and review, and some suggestions offering through ODL institution may incur concern over environmental education, sustainability, human value, emerging demographic changes, general studies, indigenous knowledge system, urban planning, uh, disability studies, folklore and cultural studies, peace studies, artificial intelligence, cyber security, professional skill ethics, and so on. So the development of program in regional language would also take it forward by the recommendation of NEP. As we all know, so this particular development of regional language course in regional language is highly being accepted by a wide group of people, as the understanding capacity of the students when it comes to regional languages will be much higher. There are some critics where people are saying that when the program is being taught by only the regional languages, they may not be having opportunity to learn English, where so the language of English can be learned anytime when the people are interested. Rather, if the understanding of the concepts and theories and application of this would be much higher if those programs are being taught in a regional language. That was given very much importance. So that is being accepted, and there are a lot of institutions nowadays started to rolling out and developing this program in regional languages. So we are one among them. Awarding multidisciplinary qualification, this NEP 2020 speaks empathetically about preparing the learners for 21st century skills when it states the education thus must move towards less content and more towards learning about how to think critically and solve problems, how to be creative and multidisciplinary, and how to innovatively adapt and absorb a new material in novel and challenging fields. So that is what the preparation of this new learners should be. So the education is seen not just about knowledge of one discipline, but about the transforming skill that are gained through multidisciplinary education. So these includes skills such as critical thinking, analysis, reasoning, logical thinking, problem solving, as well as adaptability, communication, and flexibility. It is well accepted that employers today are keen looking for such skills in their potential employees, and the learner with such portfolios are viewed as being more versatile and adaptable and hence more employable. So, by including these people towards making them towards critical thinking, problem solving, and creative and multidisciplinary, so the NEP want that people to be more versatile and employable. So the changes in the institutions lies in how to prepare, equip, and assess these learners. So who are studying perhaps in isolation, where these competency skills, these skills need to be honed and assessed by all the learners and university through appropriate curriculum and delivery method, so that every learners graduate and multidisciplinary qualification that prepare them not just for workplace but also for living responsibly and fulfill their lives. So one other important thing which this NEP focusing research for academic excellence and development. Today the need of the research has been across the discipline, and multifaceted issues faced by the society can be solved through this particular research. So NEP 2020 strongly recommends universities to establish the research at high global standard. A unique directional approach to tackle the world's unrelenting challenges may not work, and instead it is interdisciplinary research and teaching would help to break the souls and develop collaborations and mutual learning environment. So the ODL universities in India are well-established educations and research institutions which facilitate for research and development. The challenges lies in taking up research in interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary that can contribute to academic excellence as well as their life development. Further, undertaking extension programs, projects at field levels, and developing model would provide input for development and community welfare. So, how increasing the access and GR through multidisciplinary educations. As we already see that our primary objective is to increase the GR, so gross enrollment ratio. So gross enrollment ratio, as we all know, the number of people moving from schoolings to colleges. So this GP as the first education policy of 2025 is committed to taken forward the global agenda, the goal 4. So GDG4, that was the 2030 agenda for development, that is ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. So it is not only for particular period, it is going to be a lifelong learning opportunity. So the policy reinforces this commitment, stated that the institution may adopt for ODL and online program to enhance their offering, improving access, increase GAR, and provide opportunities for lifelong learning. The fact is that ODL institutions were born out of a need to remove the inequalities created by formal education and to make higher education more accessible to all, and more specific for marginalized communities like women, uh, uh, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and differently able people. economically weaker sections, employed person, as well as catering to the rural and remote region of the country, backward districts and aspirational districts, so like to grow. So those institutions have to bandwidth to cater for such a heterogeneous group through diverse program offered by providing certificate programs, diploma, undergraduate, and postgraduate level. So this, with this particular motive, was being given by can be easily achieved by providing the college students to even they can take a break from first year to second year and take a diploma degree, complete that. If there any commitment, then come back and continue from their second year, so that the credit will be stored in the credit bank where those people can be easily completed. So even though after UG they can go to the work, then come 2 years or 3 years, come back and complete their PG. So therefore, the regional specific course skilled program to develop the competency may be developed. Some of the area of the program development that include preservation of indigenous knowledge system, handcraft, folk role, forest management, uh, ethno medicine, so that is ethnotic medicine, so which is there for a longer period of time in our country. So then ecocentrum, ecotourism, organic farming, water conservation, conservation, archery, social entrepreneurship, and also performing arts. So these, it is not focused on only theory based, where this focused on multidisciplinary. So, how the delivery of multidisciplinary education can be done using technology? The system is synonymous with the use of technology, and the most university have well established program using all television, radios, and other means of these. So direct, even face to face. So this online program have been widely designed and offered through IM and also web-based and online platform. So the COVID-19 period have set up a surge of use of this technology and social media platform, becoming the means of teaching and learning. The other learning activities such as uh, submission of assignment and academic counseling can also be now progressed through this particular online mode. So the advance in the technology have opened up more option for delivering of the program. As a result, even the programs such as vocational course, which would early consider difficult to offer through distance education, are now being conducted successfully through these technology support. So current education delivery trends includes augmented reality, blended learning, do-it-yourself learning, and these fit in well with the existing system of the ODL and other institutions, and the use of discussion forums and interactive platforms allows for more participative learning and out of classroom experience that will help in overall development of the personality of the individual. So the appropriate use of the technology by the institution along with the blended learning help the active and constructive learning to take place for all the learners. So some of the key reflection towards this particular uh, ODL multidisciplinary approach, it is predicted that by 2030-32, India will be the third largest economy in the world with approximate GDP of $10 trillion. The huge workforce is needed to be skilled and linked with productivity to revamp the demographic dividend. This can be done by offering a lot of programs and job-based programs. There is also a lineup with the committed programs of government like Atmanirbhar Bharat, the Make in India program aimed at making India self-reliant. Further, with the opening up of digitalization and information societies, these is a renewed interest in exploring India heritage and culture. India has a rich tradition of holistic learning, evident from ancient culture, literature. So the institution can contribute towards preserving these unique, valuable knowledge by offering programs, conduct research, as well as prepare the learners for job opportunities in these areas. So the NEP 2020 is providing the vision for all sectors and mode of education. So it deals with the issue of institutional reconstructing and consolidation, as given the institutions that adopt to conduct ODL and online programs. This implies that more and more face-to-face conventional institution may now look towards initiating ODL programs, while on the other hand, this will help to offer more programs. There will be also be an ample scope of developing system for transforming credit between the distance and face-to-face university, as well as between different open universities. So with the growth of the technology, the world has come closer and education has become borderless. The institution of higher education can now visualize expanding their programs to an international audience at a faster pace. However, the important aspect is needed to meet the international standard and to meet the quality concern and be at par with global standards. So NEP 2020 has provided the vision for all the sector and mode of education. So this uh, institution of higher education, which visualizing expanding the program to an international audience at a faster pace, and as a regard the delivery mode is a changing educational scenario. It is blended learning approach has to be more feasible, and it provides more of option to all the different group of learners and give overcoming. It also drive to overcome the issues relating to digital divide in the country. So the institution plan to take up new multidisciplinary approach, which is need to not only to equip the institution with the proper infrastructure and technology option, but also to ensure the regular capacity building program or to conduct a self-development program in these areas. So to conclude, the 21st century skill like creative thinking, problem solving, research and creativity can be fostered and enhanced by integration of multidisciplinary in education. So university in general and also the ODL university in particular are increasingly trying to expose students to varied, varied discipline and numerous courses so as to ensure all around development of their graduate. The university with diverse program, affordable cost and extensive network have been successful in attracting a significant group of learners from among the disadvantaged and marginalized. So the challenge now lies in expanding the program to make them more accessible and attractive for new learners and thereby meeting the challenges of this 21st century. So building a greater flexibility by offering multidisciplinary programs would be more that would help a versatile university to significantly widen its access. Accordingly, the changes in delivery through cross-cultural, cross-sectoral and collaborative learning models would enhance the learning system. Conducting research for developing along with that healthy relationship would arise out of extension that would help the communities and society to grow. Thus, by taking forward the roadmap by providing NEP 2020, The institution would make a lasting contribution to develop for the development of society which to be sustainable and dynamic. So that is how this NEP is going focusing focus on multidisciplinary and holistic approach. Me, with this I conclude. Anything? With this I conclude my discussion on the multidisciplinary and the holistic approach of NEP 2020. Any questions?
Yeah,
I hope I was little fast in delivering. I hope that I've been able to just justify my title of discussions.
thank you for the presentation, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Faculties
very
and
much. Thanks for the
colleagues, we
opportunity.
can discuss with sir right now.
Thank
So,
you, sir, for your thought-provoking session.
yeah, thank you, sir. Ma'am,
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, Srinivasan sir.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for the
sir.
opportunity. Thank you. Thank you all.
So shall we conclude with the vote of thanks, sir?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes. On
you can
behalf of
continue.
Ratnam College of Arts and Science, I take this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks to those who have contributed to this faculty development program on multidisciplinary and holistic education organized by our institution. At the outset, I thank our resource person, Mr. Srinivasan Sir, Assistant Professor in Department of Management. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence, sir. A special thanks to the organizing committee and the participant for their active participation. With these warm words and a kind message, we move to the end of today's session. Thank you. Thank you, participants.